Hello everybody, this is Conquering History Games, and welcome back to, I believe, part 10 of my Union of Socialist American States campaign, aka Foster's America, here in Hearts of Iron for Kaiserreich. And, also we have some units ready to deploy, first off. Also, Merry Christmas, which I think it's going to be Christmas in the United States when this goes up. According to the schedule I have, I think. Alright, but anyway, it looks like we have some revolutionary armor ready to go. What do these look like again? You know what? Let's get a little... I think a little support artillery wouldn't be bad, because these things have such huge armor already. Might not be the worst idea. And... I don't know about that reconnaissance, though, but we'll put a bit of artillery in there. Now, we should have plenty of that. This is going to take a minute to finish training these up again. And, oh, there goes the manpower. Oop, there goes the manpower. Whoop, there goes the... Wait a second, do I have field hospitals here? Okay. Alright. So, we're not mobilizing. Uh-oh. Alright, so we might have to sort of pause on things. What the heck? Foster's economic policy is actually lowering our production efficiency, cap, factory output, and construction speed. Of course, that's not true. It's because it's replacing the Civil War negatives. So it looks bad, but it's actually better than before. Which could might be a pretty good catchphrase for an authoritarian dictatorship. Looks bad, used to be worse. We swear. Alright, so we're just going to do some limited offensives here because, oh my goodness gracious, they've got millions of manpower running around over here. Switzerland's been cut in half. This is just a complete mess in this region. How are these people all doing? How are their... Okay, they've got a lot of manpower still. These two haven't built their army yet. Union of Britain is about to call its second trade union. Yeah, they're gonna start figuring some things out. Remove national spirit, silence after the storm. Which one is that? I've never done I've never done a Union of Britain campaign other than in multiplayer. I've done some I've played the Union of Britain, but I've never done a proper campaign. Rise of women-only unions. What is this? What is this? Since the revolution, more and more women are entering into politics and technical fields. While in certain states, the transition to women's liberation has gone smoothly, in other places, the wave is impeded. A national poll has shown the number of women's-only unions have quadrupled in the past year. When interviewed, these women's-only unions claim persistent systematic discrimination in the fields of science and civil service. In the aftermath of this release, the Plan's Women's Caucus was cancelled as the nation begins to debate the ethical application of women's liberation. William Z. Foster has settled the debate by decrying both women's-only unions and the systemic discrimination, arguing that there are people to blame on both sides for discrimination. Both sides. Many sides. What was the, I've seen some episodes of The Office, but I never was somebody who, watched the whole thing and did it over and over again. And I'm talking about the American version of it, but I'm always seeing this, these pictures, these alleged screenshots from it where somebody's, giving a toast, and it says here's to the veterans, or it says here's to the troops, and it shows a bunch of people with hats that say World War II veterans. It's on both sides, and it was what the fuck. Okay, so revolutionary men and women are equal, more political power, less stability. Got some political power. Oh right, I still haven't gone to extensive conscription. There's your problem. Jeez, I'm only on extensive conscription and I'm fighting the Second World War. No wonder I don't have any manpower. Okay, now let's get closing up some of these gaps here. Whoops, research needs to be getting done here. We're finishing up the land doctrine, I suppose. Making sure our anti-tank is up to speed is going to be good. This looks good. We're starting to slowly surround Vienna. In fact, are we the only soldiers on this border? I guess France is focusing more on what's happening over there. Or, oh, there's your problem. How long's that been like that? Sorry, everybody. My apologies, my deepest apologies. Now, over here, we're still having manpower issues. Otherwise, I would have the AI start bringing Oliver Law into these mountainous regions to see what he could do. But I'm going to try to close this up. Should be pretty easy. It's a very, very thin line extraordinarily thin line of defense that we're pressing up against here. Vienna is going to fall again pretty fast, I think. Okay, are these guys ready? No, still short on manpower. War support's not as high as it could be. That's fine. That's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Let's pick up these better field hospitals, though. Uh-oh, we got a little bit of a pickle here. Alright, equality for all is done, though. A little bit more recruitable population is always nice. I think we need to start... It was this New America... Oh, shoot. 5% political popularity is nice. But, do I need political power anymore, really? I think it's going to be more important to us to start working on purging the reactionaries. Actually, doesn't something here give me... No, it doesn't. Yeah, let's implement Foster's economic policies. It's not time for a New America yet. We're going to need to... Let's see, we've started the economic... Or should we come down here to the CIA? Protect the craft unions. This gives me a lot of naval dockyards, which is kind of nice, but I don't need to be building a navy right now. The establishment of a true American syndicalist government will require the confiscation of large landed estates in every Union state, including the whole body of forests, mineral deposits, lakes, and so on. No longer will Americans be under the yoke of the proletarians. Let me see. By the way, so, something else I think there was an example I forgot to bring up when I was talking yesterday about, or not yesterday, the last part of my, this campaign where I was talking about Foster and how he was a real flip-flopper, whatever it takes to get the power to be on the right side of things, quote-unquote right side. I found this quote from, it was a letter Foster was writing in June of 1941 in our original timeline, June of 1941, keep that in mind, where he's talking about World War II, which had at that point been going on for almost a year. Of course, the United States had not intervened, and he's referring to it as an imperialist war. The fight to keep America out of the war is of historic importance. The interventionist lobby, including many liberal and labor activists, are warmongers, and he would go on to equate the British and American governments with Hitler's government. What's this? The Family and Freedom Program. Oh, is this the one that... I hope this is an event I once saw him talking about in the Discord. Our workers in the factories need to be free from distractions. Our revolutionary soldiers must not be burdened with unnecessary worries about the well-being of their family. As part of the program to ensure that the American workers relieved of responsibilities which President Foster has termed, quote, a millstone about the neck of the workers, unquote. Today, the first train from Chicago... Yes, this is it. Yes. Okay. From Chicago to the rural plains in the center of our country. The first train from Chicago to the rural plains in the center of our country has left with children from mothers and fathers who work in important positions in the industrial heartland. The kids will be safe on the countless fields and ranches in the pastures, making themselves useful in farm labor and running errands, living a healthy life. This frees their parents to wage revolution with all their hearts and energy. With the success of this first train, Foster has proposed to his cabinet to make this a mandatory arrangement throughout the USAS, even going so far as to propose that the children be taken by force from more stubborn worker families for their own good. He can be talked down or no. The cabinet will agree. That gives me 3% totalist popularity and 10 political power, which is going to get me into a new political power game bracket, which is, of course, awesome. Great. Okay, I need to get the... You know what? Hold on a second here. Let's have you research this instead. See, the thing is, I think it took too long for me to get these manufacturers, so I'm not entirely sure about how this is going to work with the companies and stuff. And this is just becoming a total mess, this Frontline. Let's do something like that, a little shorter, maybe narrow exactly where it is we want to attack towards. Alright, help take Vienna, and that should be good. Let's have Oliver Law get pushing over here in the mountainous regions so he can get those nice new traits. How's Maurice Rose doing? You about to upgrade yet, buddy? Gosh, we need more divisions. All right. I think my tanks are finally ready. Awesome. So they're gonna go. We still got the infantry divisions queued up. Let's try to get a few more of these out. God, there's just only so much I could do, you know. I just don't think it's gonna be viable to wage more than one war, but I'm pretty sure that down here for purging the reactionaries, we're not gonna be able to do Mexico. I just don't know. I don't know. Hold on a second. Well, I thought I heard somebody knocking on my door. Alright. So this is going well. This is going very well. We got a nice encirclement here. We're sort of pushing through these mountains. How's he doing? 67% still on the Mountaineers, so not as good as I would hope. Going through the hills just fine. Now, we've got, so we have some new revolutionary tank divisions here. We'll bring them down here on the border with Mexico and prepare them for this fight. Now, do we have Marines? Yes, we do. Excellent. Okay, so what I'm thinking is something like this. Yeah, I'm probably just going to do my classic 7-2 Marine division. But let's see, reconnaissance, engineering, put the field hospitals, a bit of more support artillery. Actually, maybe not the support artillery. Let's instead put the anti-tank in there. And that ought to do it for right now. Now, how many of these can we actually build? Not too many, because we're taking casualties, but it's a start. Also, if we come over here again, do I want to name these after Marine divisions? I forget it. I don't remember if they have first, second Marine. No, I want something with a... I don't like... The mechanized names aren't great. I know these aren't airborne, but I do like a lot of the names they get. Big Red 1, Rock of the Marne, Mountain Divisions. Well, no, we'll save the Mountain Divisions for the Mountain Divisions, but we're going to have these named after the airborne because I pretty much don't use them, so they'll still have those cool names. It's just going to be a little weird. I'll just rename the Screaming Eagles, because, you know, that's a little strange for Marines to be called Screaming Eagles. Oh, no, what happened? Did somebody capitulate? Surely Austria has not capitulated. Okay. Oh, it looks like they started a war to their south. They've called the Italian army in as part of the Austrian-Romanian war. What happened here? Oh, Romania attacked them. All right, or like the Belgrade Pact did. So then that's it. It's all over but the crying over here in Austria. So I hope these guys aren't expecting to get a good deal in the peace conference. Like, I might give Romania back its land. What do we got here? Bont. How far west does it go? I don't really like to hear. So, Banat. Nord-Siebenbergen. How about anything up here? Do they have claims on this? No. So, we're just going to give them these areas here to Romania. Does Yugoslavia... Okay, they got a claim on Bosnia... They've got... Do they have a claim on Albania? Well, they just capitulated them, so I guess they get Albania, but... we'll give them Bosnia. I'm not sure there's much else they can properly claim. Posvina. No. Here we go. Vojvodina. I'm not writing these down, by the way. I'm just hoping that I'm going to remember. But not... Okay, so we're gonna kind of try to make a bigger Serbia, but you know, as I always say before a big peace conference, blame it on everybody who complained about, oh, this one little tile is not correct, it's not the proper clay, and you had hundreds of people over the years complaining about that. So now I don't really give a shit anymore. Like, I just sort of make the borders I want to make, and if people have a problem with it, well, like I said, blame everybody who whined. Browder has been reassigned to Europe. Following Earl Browder's denouncement of President Foster in a public speech, Earl Browder has been reassigned to a newly created party position in Europe. This new position, as dictated by President Foster, entails Browder to oversee furniture assembly and candlestick making unions that are so vital to our economy. Such an illustrious post demands that Browder not return until his year-long tenure is up. Unfortunately, communication to this international facility is spotty at times, so Browder will no longer be able to coordinate with his party allies back in America. Monitor his telegrams as well. Yep, geez. We were friends, Browder. Why are you being mean? Let's see, trade with Ceylon. It's a little more chromium than I need, but screw it. Okay, we got the fighters all taken care of. Now it's... Oh, shoot, what just happened? Damn it. I'm sorry, so you guys are going to have to go back and pause. And I'm not sure what happened there. I'm sure it was some sort of event text. I don't think it was anything too important, but but I'm very sorry that just happened. Can't believe Austria has not capitulated yet. There we go. That's it. Okay, so let's pass a ton here, and it looks like France has made its decision. Whoa, over 500,000. So what I think we're gonna do, let's start with Serbia. I think it was here. Hungary's got cores. Serbia's got a claim here. They have a claim here. Not there though. Okay, we're gonna take this though, just to so there's not just a weird divot there. Okay, so that's a start. Now let's deal with Romania. There's the Welsh, the Wallonians. Here we go. So yeah, has this tooltip always been here? But I think it was here. No, not there. Not here either. So it's this and this. Okay. So this is what the game says Romania wants. Now, as for the Italian Republic, obviously we are going to give that to our socialist Italian allies, as well as the two Sicilies. I guess Albania could go to Serbia as well, since they did capitulate it. Alright, and then finally that leaves the states of Greater Austria. I think we'll give that to our Italian friends to deal with. Yeah, you guys can figure out what to do with that. So the AI is going to deal with it. I don't want to hear it. Okay, so we still have... It's taking a little bit longer than I'd like for the training to be to finish up on some of these divisions. Alright, but we got a lot of releasing going on now. So who was I going to put... I know I had I'm pretty sure that I had another tank commander here somewhere. No? Is it just Carter? Well, if that's the case, let's bring Carter over here. Yeah. And we're also going to just reassign that. Very good, very good. Let's delete laws, orders, and bring him over here. And I'm thinking something like this. I know the war technically drags on in a lot of different areas of the world, but I'm done being concerned with that. So we're going to start justifying on Mexico, because they were being an aggressor towards Central America, and they must be punished accordingly. So what did Italy end up doing? Alright, so they created Hungary, there's Austria, Germany got broken up into several smaller pieces. You don't see this, I don't really see this happen too often. It's kind of a rare one. Usually France, in my experience, keeps it intact. Illyria just got, pardon me, not Illyria, Croatia just got released. There's Slavonian. Rome just fell. So Italy should be more or less united, although they still need to take Corsica and Sardinia. But like I said, I think we've already pulled our weight enough. So we're just going to leave that to the Europeans to handle their own affairs. Let Americans take care of their affairs. All right. Do they get cores on these right away? No, they're still colony states. Do they have something that's going to give them cores? Hold the Fifth Congress, probably. Fate of the Pope, revolutionary, irredentism. Okay. Next focus. We finished up the resource nationalization. We can now... I think we need to find out if Browder's got anybody we got to worry about. Exercising our new authority in order to crush terrorists, counter-revolutionaries, and traitors will require the creation of a new, well-structured military and law enforcement agencies, not any wayward militias or crazed vigilantes. You know, you're right. Things got really nasty out there in Montana, so we gotta be cognizant of that. All right, so we got them ready to go. How many Marines we got? We're gonna be able to have 6 divisions. You know, the key to Mexico is always just taking Veracruz. That's the main thing. I'm going to go a little slower on this particular invasion than I usually do. Usually I really rush into Mexico and take a ton of casualties, but I'm going to try to avoid doing that this time. Okay, research slots. We're behind on our air. We're very behind. Although I wonder... maybe I should do heavy fighters, because I got a lot of ground to cover down here. You know what? I think that's exactly what we're going to do. So, redistributing corporate wealth. One of the few things Reed had agreed with the villainous Long on is wealth redistribution. Reed's wartime rationing has given way to a peacetime legislation to prevent the robber barons he had fought all his life. This is enacted in the... oh, you know, I just realized I didn't finish talking about the contradictions of Foster. So yeah, in like 1940, he's saying that World War II is an imperialist war and the United States and Britain are basically equal to Hitler. But, you know, by the time we're getting to... by the time we're getting until 1940, and you know the 1941, I mean, and Hitler is invading the Soviet Union, then he's like all about, you know, like let's do some Lend-Lease. We got to help the Soviet Union out. And the interesting thing was about this is there was a memo written from the Comintern to them, to the American Communist Party, criticizing them for doing such a quick turnaround, and like saying you need to educate the population as to why the war needs to be fought now. You don't just one day say this is an imperialist war, it's bullshit, and then the next day you go, we need to do everything we can to help the Soviet Union. Like, you can't flip-flop like that. I just thought that was that was, and then like you even had like memos being circulated in the Soviet Union saying this William Foster guy, he's just says, you know, he's not a true believer. He just says whatever he wants to say, whatever he feels he has to say, to be in tune with the moment, to try to kiss our ass, basically. All right. Anyway, redistributing corporate wealth. Reed's wartime rationing has given way to a peacetime legislation to prevent the robber barons he had fought all his life. This is enacted in the form of his final wishes to Congress, the expropriation of all assets owned by a single person in excess of $10 million US. William Z. Foster has taken this one step further to decry the idea of corporations and has threatened to declare the legal concept of corporations to be illegal. The very next day, the state offices were inundated with hundreds, if not thousands, of formal requests to dissolve corporations into their component businesses and applications for new consortiums in the same breath. It is obvious to William Z. Foster that this is just a ploy for the robber barons to hide their business practices from the government, and has ordered a moratorium on reclassification until wealth redistribution is over. You won't get away that easy. 10 political power. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure the event I accidentally skipped earlier was just something like that, where I just missed something. All right. Really, is that all we can trade? Wow. Wow. Okay, we'll just send these out now then, and that way we can have some more queued up. and we'll just train them because we've got the equipment. The equipment is not, you know, that's the one thing we're not missing. Our industry is certainly strong. Wow, still not enough. Okay, that's fine. Anyway, let's just get them training in the meantime. Okay, how are you guys doing? You're still making your way west. You know, let me just make sure everybody is where they need to be. We're just gonna do this. I'll change the line later, but this is just to get everybody over here. All right. Now then, okay, these ones are training up now. How are we doing logistically? Everything's fine. We've got so many heavy tanks. We're pretty good to go there. Send these out early so they can keep training. Good, good. Are we still mobilizing? Excellent. Still a bit too early, I think, for the nuclear reactors, but we can get this advanced computing machine pretty quick. There we go. I think that should be plenty of infantry that is on its way out. Good. And I think we're just going to focus on working on the Union of Socialist American States. I know that there's a lot of stuff over here, you know, the long-term planning. I haven't done anything with my Navy or Air Force yet, but we gotta get to where we can begin to export the revolution down here at the purging of the reactionaries. When's this war gonna start? The 5th of November. Mwah! Love it. All right. So Egypt landed in Sicily, but it looks like they're about to be attacked through Palermo here, and Russia got involved in the war down the south here. Oh yeah, because the Ottomans got involved while Germany was still alive. Well, I guess Germany's still technically alive down here, but yeah, what are they gonna do? They can't. They have to do our dominion. The Entente doesn't exist, and then that's gonna pull them into a war with the Kingdom of France, and that's when we laugh and laugh and laugh and laugh as these monarchs kill each other while we dominate the everything around them. That is pretty freaking funny to me. Okay, let's. I want to start working on some mountaineers a little bit. Okay, the revolution will be broadcast. Gain base stability plus 10%. The Daily Worker, Hollywood, and now the radio have all been seized by the Artists' Congress by the CC's graces under the tutelage of such luminary socialist thinkers such as Hemingway, Wells, and Hughes. All the world will know of the American Socialist Revolution. All right. Pardon me. Okay, we've got to get some better M1s out. Okay. Looks good. Get a bit of steel. Wait, how the heck do we not have steel? This is the United States of America. I definitely need to... Okay, well, there's a few things I need to do. I think what I'm going to do is... Let's work on... Do we have anybody for a heavy fighter? Okay, we have a heavy fighter guy. Grumman. Because I'm wondering if I should get this or that. No, yeah, we're going to get Grumman. Because plus 15% air attack, plus 10% agility, plus 10% range is very good. We're going to do that. And then I think I need to switch over to limited exports. Because there's no way I should be running out of steel. That's ridiculous. Yeah, and over here... Well, these guys aren't a faction anymore. Oh, the Buenos Aires-Lima axis, though, was recreated down here. Is the Commune of France at war with Brazil or something? No? This it's just a weird peace deal or something? Okay. Now, I wanted the maintenance companies so that we could increase the reliability on our tanks, since it's very poor right now. So, gosh, it's 1942, and it feels like we're barely getting started, and there's still so much. There's so much I'm missing. Alright, these ones are all ready. Who else is almost ready to go? Let's get all you out. I'm going to call this army... So yeah, this is just where these armies just go here to train. So that's strictly for training. Good, we're still mobilizing. Awesome. We're gonna get these to come out and go there whenever they're done. Alright, infrastructure is finished. Yo, actually, I'm wondering if I even should be bothering with the military factories anymore. We've got a lot going on there. I think what I'll do is let's spend a little bit of time just building some civilian factories. This should definitely put me over the top. Okay, so we're using 20% of our consumer goods. Do we really get nothing? Or maybe if I start to work on the economy, do I get anything that'll lower my consumer good factories anymore? No, it doesn't look like it. All right. Hey, all right. German and East Asia is dead. Who was involved in this war? I did not even see who took it. Looks like it was just the Third International. Oh, no, Japan was involved. Well, it probably was Japan. I'm willing to bet. Well, you know, we'll give it to Siam. They're probably the ones who took it. I'd be willing to bet. Whoa, look at the big old Qing, though. They're pushing down into Siam, but I think it's still probably just a matter of time. Yeah, I'm sure it is just a matter of time until it all goes tits up. Okay. Now, once the maintenance companies are done, did I want anything else in here? Maybe logistics? Possibly. Possibly logistics. Okay, nobody's ready yet. France is going after Spain now. Maybe I should send some people over there. No, we're gonna be at war in less than a month. So there's no need to send anybody back to Europe. Let the Third International deal with its European affairs. We're going to be focusing on syndicalism with American characteristics. Okay, in order to defeat the class enemies of the revolution, we have laid the groundwork for a combined intelligence agency, aka the CIA, managed directly by the ruling committee, a clandestine security organization that will always have an iron fist or a dagger, in the back, ready for counter-revolutionaries. And our mountain infantry's done. Wonderful. Still too early for that. What else do I... Yeah, engineers. Okay, so we got quite a few. We can get quite a few more Marines. How's my Navy doing? Not too hot. It's not that great. We'll try to mostly deploy them over here to the Gulf of Mexico, and then anybody else who gets made, we'll put them over. Yeah, these are just pretty much all submarines. Let's split this in half. Okay, debates over, what is this? Debates over union membership fees and racism. While sounding like a simple proposition during the revolution, that of abolishing segregation has run into numerous potholes, starting with the debate over whether union membership fees were inherently discriminatory towards black workers. Evidence on both sides appears inconclusive, and most of the unions that were rejected from the Constitutional Convention have protested in favor of a maximum union membership fee. These protesters claim to be discriminated against based on their race by the openly anti-racist IWW. Wait, what? Okay, wait. So they're saying... So they're being discriminated by the IWW. Is that what they're saying? Then... What? Okay, then came the union congressmen from the newly liberated states who are protesting that forcing integration is a violation of their union rights to collectively bargain. Ultimately, the IWW have persevered in Congress and publicly shamed the new congressmen and protesters as reactionaries. We should not give in to more racists in disguise. Minus 20 political power and a bit more base stability. Okay, so some fluctuations are going on. Oh wow, somebody else already built their nuclear reactor. Oh, right, because I'm sharing technology with France and Britain, and they're usually the first ones to get it if Canada's dead. Well, we'll wrap up the encryption stuff first. How's Italy doing so far? Whoops. How's Italy doing? Are they okay, they've already They've already held their Congress, so did they core all of this? Yes, they did. Great. What about the Pope? Did the little fate of the Pope thing. All right, so now they've got more cores, a lot of manpower. France seems to be cutting through here just fine, and our justification over here is complete. Unfortunately, my Marines do not appear to be ready. We could just start the war anyway, and, you know, I was worried about manpower, but everything's clicking now. Maybe we should just go for it anyway. My tanks are over here. This is where I want them to be. You know, we'll just only advance on the coast as we declare this war. But wow, I just saw the time. Okay, in the next episode, we will begin this war for Mexico, so we can get the Union of Socialist American States a little bit more centrally located instead of being up above the Great Lakes here. I'll see you then. Have a great one. Bye.